LeBron have been as an NFL player? Our guys could not disagree more. Stay tuned for that one. But how about them Cowboys? Cowboys looking good. Jerry's team blowing out the Eagles last night, and that offense looked nearly unstoppable. Dak throwing 3 touchdowns, and Zeke adding 2 more. Mina Kimes joining the conversation. Good morning, Mina. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me back.
Of course. Stephen A., I'm going to start with you. Are the Cowboys a top NFC team?
Right now, based on the way Tom Brady and them looked this past Sunday against the Rams, based on the way the Rams are looking right now, we see that bad man Aaron Rodgers, but the Cowboys, I got to give them some props for the moment. It won't last. Don't worry about that. It will not last, okay? But for the moment in time, early in the season, before dudes get their legs under them, before everybody sits amped it up a little bit, right now in the NFC, considering how they looked against Tampa, and then they beat the Chargers, and then they manhandled the Philadelphia Eagles the way you're supposed to manhandle an inferior team. Mina, Keyshawn, I could give them top 3 in the NFC for week 3. Congratulations. It's just so touching that the Cowboys are a top 3 team in week 3 in the NFC. All right. So what?
But based on their schedule going down, you're going to be clapping for a few weeks, buddy.
No, I ain't going to clap.
You're going to be clapping for a few weeks because they're going to stay right there, Mina. I don't see them going anywhere. I see the defense continuing to get better, the offense settling in. At some point, the right side offensive line will be intact when Lyle Collins comes back. So unless injuries derail them, Stephen A., you're going to be eating a lot of crow, buddy.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
So I got the Bucs and the Rams still at the top. I know the Bucs just lost. And then I believe the Dallas Cowboys are the 3rd best team right now. And I'm with you, Stephen A., right now. I think the Packers are the better team in January. Key, you talked about Collins coming back. Yeah, well, the Packers are going to eventually get David Bakhtiari back, which I would argue, we don't talk about left tackles enough, one of the biggest losses in the NFL. If you throw out week 1, in which really everything went wrong for Green Bay and they kind of imploded, they've been the best offense in the NFL over the last 2 weeks by expected points added. I think they have a better head coach than Dallas, and that is going to matter a great deal come playoff times. It's their old head coach. He is gone for a reason. Frankly, I do not trust Mike McCarthy with this team. I love the Dallas offense. Clearly, this defense is improved. But if we're looking at quarterback, head coach, and record, I just think the Packers are better.
I think you say it right now. So we're dealing with this from a week-to-week type situation.
It's fluid.
It's fluid. So it's week to week.
See, it's fluid.
No, it's fluid.
That's what he said.
And they're going to continue to just keep getting better. And I agree with you, Mina. The Green Bay Packers are not the same team that we saw in week 1. Joe Barry did a terrific job defensively against the San Francisco 49ers. They came back at it. There's no question about it. You got Arizona that's sitting right there. That's not going to go away easily, although their games that they've won all came down to the last couple minutes in each one of those games, except Jacksonville. They pulled away in the end, but there was a little bit of a light struggle early on with them. I just think that the Dallas Cowboys, I know you don't trust Mike McCarthy, and a lot of people don't because he didn't win but one championship.
And he's archaic.
Well, you asked me if I do, Mina. Here's what I would say. By having Dan Quinn over there, I do more. I do more now by having Dan Quinn over there because having a defense that's going to grow, and it reminds me a lot of what your Seattle Seahawks had early on with him as a defensive coordinator.
Bring Seattle into this. I like Dan Quinn. I love what he's done. I love what he's done with that defense. So here's my question for you. Here's my question for you, King.
Does it not remind you of a young Seattle team?
They look great. I wouldn't say great, solid. But here's my question for you, Keyshawn, about, again, Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn. Does Dan Quinn manage timeouts? Were you watching at the end of the first half? Because what I saw was a coach who continues to make strategic in-game errors, which is, again, why, if we're looking at these margins and we're trying to decide between Green Bay and Dallas, who I view as 3 and 4 in this conference, don't know about your rankings, I really believe head coach is going to be the difference in the end.
Yeah, I know everybody wanted him to get the timeout, go for another 3 points, put some more points on the board before the half. But if his philosophy is, I'm satisfied with 27, even though we don't get the ball coming back out in the second half. If that's his position, then I don't have a problem with it.
It's a bad
if that's
one.
his position,
It's a crappy position. I do have a problem with it.
Listen, first of all, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you how this is going to go down, Keyshawn, okay? Because we see the Cowboys right now, and I get Dan. Listen, I respect Dan Quinn, and I know the job that he did in Seattle years ago. I understand that, even though that was non-existent in Atlanta for some inexplicable reason. But nevertheless, we got to respect what we saw him do as a coordinator, as opposed to head coach, because that's the position he's playing now with the Cowboys. But let's also acknowledge the reason why we're so high on him is because of how low we were on Mike Nolan last year, and how awful the Dallas Cowboys defense was as a result of that.
But that's his job, is to come in and fix it.
I understand that, and I'm saying it was an easy fix because everybody looked at it and said, first of all, what the hell was he doing there? Because the man had been a defensive coordinator since 2014. You got him off the scrap heap when nobody in the league wanted him for 6 years, and you brought him on as your defensive coordinator, Mike McCarthy. So you corrected that error, probably because Jerry Jones made you. You brought in Quinn. We understand that Parsons, Diggs, and these boys, you've got some potential. But in the end, here's the reality. You're playing against suspect competition. I want to bring that up because as the season progresses and you're accustomed to playing a certain level, you can speak about this Mr. Super Bowl champion. You got guys that are on this level. So and then all of a sudden, it's like this. And guess what? I'm betting that the Dallas Cowboys ain't going to be able to handle that, and they're going to fold because of it when the season wins.
I just heard him say suspect competition.
Yeah,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is not suspect competition. Going on the road,
neither the Chargers.
Going on the road.
I didn't say already.
The Chargers.
Going forward.
I think that's right. I think we're overreacting a little bit to what we saw out of the defense last night. That Eagles offense is not good. But Key, I want to know your top three because you're arguing with us, but I don't know who your top three are. Yeah.
My top three is I got the Rams at 1, the Bucks at 2. Despite if they would have flip-flopped.
No, you're right. You're right.
And then 3. Trying to think who I had at 3rd. I did my list this morning.
Packers.
Look at you, man.
I'm trying to think who I had at 3.
It ain't the Cowboys.
It's not Dallas, right?
No. Cowboys, I got them at 10. Top 10. I got them at 10.
Okay.
I got them at 10.
Okay.
So, and then I think I might have had Arizona. Okay. Yeah, I had Arizona. I had Arizona at 3 just because of the spectacular Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Keyshawn.
What?
Stay with me for a second. Let me read your schedule. Because I'm going to read your schedule. Because you ain't got your computer in front of you.
I don't need. I got right here.
I'm giving you a schedule. You didn't remember, did you? Listen up, man. Okay, here's the deal. So we got Carolina next week. We like the way they look. Sam Darnold's looked a little better. That defense is no joke.
Be a W.
But that'll be a W, right?
W.
We got the New York Giants.
Yeah,
this is the Cowboys schedule. You got the New York Giants.
That's a W.
We got a road game at the New England Patriots.
That could be a W.
All right, we got a road game at Minnesota.
I don't like Kirk Cousins. That's a W.
Exactly. We got the Denver Broncos at home. That
could be a loss.
Oh, please.
No. That could be a loss.
Okay. We got the Atlanta Falcons.
That's a W.
At home. And then we got the road game against Kansas City on November 25th.
That could be a toss-up. Depending on how the Chiefs bounce back.
Okay. So look at that schedule right now.
Raiders.
Here's the thing about the reason why Dallas and Green Bay are clearly 3 and 4, and you can put them in either order right now. I think Stephen A. and I agree. They're going to win their divisions, Key.
Yes.
You're talking about New Orleans and Arizona. Those are not the best teams in their divisions. Right. They're not going to win. New Orleans, and you got a quarterback who is inconsistent. I love that defense, but you know that Sean Payton's butt was clenching when Jameis threw up that touchdown. You know it. He was trying to throw out the back of the end zone. And then in Arizona, you got a team that's a shanked field goal away from losing to the Vikings. So I just don't see how you could have either of those teams over Dallas and Green Bay.
No, I believe that Jameis is going to continue to get better. The defense is going to get better. They get Michael Thomas back. I don't know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is all of a sudden going to steamroll the division. I understand they won the Super Bowl. That defense is not playing great right now. I think you could agree with me on that.
I do.
And then Arizona,
got some injuries, though.
As you know, Mina, every single year there's one team that comes out. It just happens like that. Arizona, it might just be their time. As much as I fight the air raid offense, it might just be their time to make some noise.
Look, just be safe with it. The Cowboys are a top 3 team in the NFC in week 3.
Okay, speaking of top teams, we got to get to the commercial break. Coming up next here on First Take.